When did you find out that you were going to start working with Drew and Shane?
Uh, that day, it took me by such a surprise. We felt like we had finally started to catch some steam. We had finally started to grow as performers and as characters, but also we were finally getting some heat behind this with the Usos. So, instead of having just cold matches with them, we could finally have a match that we could sink our teeth into and tell a real story. But from what I understand, Shane wanted this. He wanted, I remember Michael Hayes was talking about it. Shane was talking to Michael Hayes about it. I apologize. And Shane, we had the little interaction with Shane and Drew, and we came to the back, and Shane said, "There's something here, Michael," talking about the four of us. He said, "There's something here." He said, this could be like the Four Horsemen. And, I was excited that he said that because, he's the owner's son. But I was, I was pretty heartbroken because I knew we were getting taken away from the Usos and what we were doing with them.
But it was a good way to kind of connect those stories, though. You had Shane with Roman and the Usos with you guys, and it started June 3rd, Raw. It's a segment with Reigns and Shane. Roman Reigns said he's done with Shane. Excuse me. Roman Reigns said after he's done with Shane, he's going after McIntyre. McIntyre came out and said they don't need their partners. They can just fight right now. But this distracted Reigns, and the Revival attacked you from outside. The Usos made the save, and now we have our six-man match. McIntyre and the Revival against Roman Reigns and the Usos. What a time it was. 14 minutes, super fun match. The beginning of... Man, I thought FTRKO was the shortest-lived faction of all time. Of the shortest-lived faction of all time, the new Four Horsemen. What did you think of this segment?
It was, again, exciting to be working with main event level guys, Roman, the Usos, who I considered main top guys too. Drew, who they were grooming to be a top guy, and then again Shane, who was bigger than a top guy. He'd had a presence on television since 1998 in the Attitude Era, and I thought with him being, Vince's son, that we would finally get some much needed television time. So that was, again, it was fun and exciting time. But I also knew that our feud with the Usos was going to take a back seat. And that was, again, just upsetting because we started hitting on all cylinders, dude. We knew we could have great matches with them, but we also knew that not getting the segments directly with them, that this feud wasn't going to be able to grow. It was just going to be a backdrop to Shane and Roman. But dude, also I want to say I loved working with Drew, man. He was so fun, so easygoing. Wanted everything to work. He wanted us to work too. And I'm a huge fan of his in-ring work, but I think he was a fan of our work too. And knowing that we finally would get the opportunity to kind of show it to a bigger audience in this feud, I think he was excited for us as well.
Yeah, Drew is a guy who, it's like they've got him in the chamber when they need him to be a main eventer. Like Drew is still just at the very top of his game. And it was good at the time because you're thinking, wow, Shane? Drew, who's presented as top guy, now you guys are with him. What is a lot said about Shane McMahon? What is Shane like? What is Shane McMahon like in real life?
He was so sweet, so accommodating, so nice to us. Great person, great human. I've heard the most recent story of him from that Royal Rumble or whatever, but
right.
Whatever that story is, he was not like that at all, at least from what I saw. And we worked pretty closely with him. I remember he wanted us, like I told you, to be presented as the Four Horsemen. So he asked for us to go get suits. We had to go buy suits for television, and he made sure that they reimbursed us the money for those suits. And when we won the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, I think it was the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, or the Raw. I can't remember, but one of the tag team champions. He was the first person to come up to us and tell us congratulations. We took a picture. I have the picture on my phone, but Cash and I took a picture with the belts, and he stepped in and he said, "Hey, would you guys mind taking a picture with us?" So he took a picture with his phone, or they took a picture of the three of us with Shane's phone.
Oh,
I
wow.
wish he would have posted it because that's one I'd like to have too. But yeah, he was a really, really good person, and I think he was looking out for the best interest of the business, but just like any other wrestler would, he was also looking out for the best interest of himself, because if you don't, nobody else will.